Piano man, front and center. What's your name?
Lawrence.
Lawrence? You ever played keyboards? Any techno?
Best part of the intro.
No, I only play piano.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Are there any drummers in the house?
How do we end up
I
here?
play percussion.
In this
What?
In what?
scenario?
We just become best friends.
Yep.
Stupid intro and this stupid room.
The intro is genius.
It is pretty brilliant.
Thank you to our sponsors for the intro, Olin and
Our
Glimkid. They brought us in.
I listened to one of our old podcasts the other day, and the one where he said, sponsored by me for bringing all this equipment.
Well, it is sponsored by me right now.
Hey,
for bringing in all this
sponsored by me
equipment.
too. I have some equipment. I have this building we're in.
Yeah, which you rebuilt again from the bricks. Dude, you rebuild this thing so freaking
My
often,
workout, bro. It's CrossFit anywhere.
It's ridiculous, dude. I wouldn't know the
What's up
difference.
with me today having like every liquid possible in the
Yeah,
world here?
and I'm just not realizing, dude, we look so freaking sleepy, dude. I need to slap myself.
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I look a little sleepy, but that's what I'm trying to.
Why do you have both coffee
Fix.
and
Sparkling mineral water.
Sparkling mineral, the best
Dude,
combination
I have
I've
been
ever seen.
addicted to this stuff. I don't know why. Okay, when I work out, especially in the evening, or mainly when I ride my bike, I want to come home, have a nice cold beer.
That's right, you told me that, and that gives you that buzz, huh?
It's just not
buzz.
Not buzz. I don't even drink it for that. I'm like, yeah, I just want to get hammered.
You're like, oh, like I just drank too much sparkling water. I
Sparkling water.
Surge.
Brought to you by me.
It's like Surge. It has no alcohol. Oh, that's right.
yeah,
That's right. Sorry.
Sorry about it.
That's right.
No, it's just
Just like the refreshing taste after it.
the carbonation has that snap or
You know
that,
what?
that
I
bite.
guarantee you might hate me for this in the future, because there are a couple people that have hated me for bringing this up.
You might. What do you mean?
Drink,
You might. I do hate you right now.
Though you're gonna love me actually now.
Okay.
I backtrack. If you drink kombucha after your workouts, because it has a tiny bit of alcohol
but isn't
in
it has sugar in it?
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't it have sugar in it?
No, it
It's
doesn't.
fermented?
It's fermented, and the yeast eats up all the sugar, so it has no sugar in it.
But what happens to the yeast?
What do you mean? What
Just
happens?
hanging out? It's just hanging
No,
out?
the yeast gets fermented.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no sugar. There's no sugar at all. But it tastes a tiny bit like beer, and
I like kombucha. I
dude,
do.
Kombucha's amazing, dude.
This is just 79 cents.
Yeah, kombucha's $79.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I had kombucha on tap at the mill over by the Team Alpha Male Gym. There's a place called the Mill.
And it has it on tap?
On tap, just like a freaking beer.
Dude, I gotta go there.
We went there.
I
Me and
have
Josh
to
went
go
there. First of all, they gave us a little shot glass size samples of their like macadamia nut, almond nut, whatever milk concoction. So we had shots. Then we had. I feel like I was in a club. Then hold on.
Right now we're going after this. Screw work.
Then we had cold brew, and it came out of a bottle. I felt like it was like bottle service, like.
Serious?
And then after that, I had kombucha on tap. I was like, I feel like I'm at the club,
dude.
yo.
I'm the
and
number one
cold brew.
kombucha fan in SAC. How dare you not invite me? First of all,
The Mill. Oh, because you go to a different church that's not as good as ours.
Well, better actually, and you admitted that on one of our podcasts.
Don't listen to that one ever. You guys don't listen to that podcast.
Hopefully, Josh doesn't listen to.
Hopefully, no one
listens
listens to that podcast. Hopefully, it's deleted out of the interwebs.
Yeah, but dude, seriously, the Mill. We're going there next time I'm in downtown.
It's good. It's a good coffee shop.
We have to go there.
It's a really good one.
Kombucha on me.
Oh, let's go now.
Just kidding.
See you guys later.
No, but dude.
But yeah, this is 79 cents.
Yeah, well,
sometimes
do you drink caffeine before you ride your bike all the time?
No, I don't really. I drink I'll drink a protein drink.
I'm gonna start drinking caffeine before my workouts because
like
I always
pre-workout,
I always start out my workouts like I'm so tired, but then I mean by the end I'm like super juiced up and pumped. But when I start I'm like, well, I work out with a buddy of mine and he starts out like a monster, and I'm always like,
are you talking about Chris?
No, it's somebody you don't know, but he always starts out like a beast, and I'm always starting out like hecka tired. But by the end, I'm always like a beast, and he's like exhausted. But he always drinks caffeine before his workout, so I'm like, I need to start doing that. Maybe you should start doing that before your bike rides, and you wouldn't just ride like 4 miles a bike ride. No, you're a beast. You ride like
4 miles.
250 miles.
If the distance I was going is 4 miles, I would do it twice.
I did it twice today, guys. But yeah.
Sorry, I'm late. I was here earlier, but I decided to go 4 more miles, so I went back and came back.
But yeah, but anyways, dude, have you been hearing about this El Chapo dude?
No.
Have you not heard?
Chapo?
Bro, respect, first of all, before I say anything.
Whoa, you already are mad at me. I just said I didn't hear about it.
No. I'm saying respect to this El Chapo guy. So I can't believe you didn't hear about this.
Respect to him. I think you said respect El Chapo. I was like,
No.
I don't know
No,
him.
you're going to want to respect him. So this guy, I'm shocked you haven't heard about this. I usually don't hear about stuff like this, but
Is he a drug lord?
he's a drug lord.
Oh, the guy that escaped?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I heard about him.
Bro, I know he did a lot of bad things, but like I heard on the
I
Joe
don't know what he
Rogan
did, I don't
podcast,
care.
I agree with Joe Rogan. You got to show some respect. Escaped from maximum security prison.
But isn't it maximum security where it's like super corrupt?
Still, but do you know how he escaped? Do you know how he escaped?
No.
So he's a billionaire, right?
They had like a pre-dug hole for him.
No,
with like,
not
with
pre-dug.
a guy on a golf course
No.
that drove him through the.
No, well,
Hola,
kinda.
hola, Chapo. Would
No,
you like some
no.
refreshments?
No, you
We'll be there in 2 minutes.
you got to hear the story. The story is he gets caught, and you could see video of all this.
Okay.
And 4 of his engineer guys start digging a tunnel from over a mile away. This is ridiculously hard.
Oh, they start digging towards the prison?
his thing. Do you have any idea how hard this is?
That's like a reverse tunnel digging.
Well, dude, they dig a tunnel up to under his shower because in his cell is tiny. So they released footage.
Really?
They released
The
footage.
cell is tiny? I thought it was like
Well, it has a shower,
master
it has a
bedroom.
bathroom, it has a sink, but even with all that stuff, it's literally half the size of this room right here. Half.
I'm being sarcastic for sure.
But
'Cause
I know,
it's a
I know.
prison cell.
I know, but the only spot in the prison cell that was blocked off from the camera is the shower, only from here down for privacy. That's the only part the camera can't see. So
Since when is Mexican prison like worried about being politically correct?
Would you about
like, we don't want to show your private.
Yeah, well,
sorry.
well, you
Hola,
know.
señor.
Yeah, love wins,
I
right?
saw you on the cameras.
But look,
You are so blessed.
so they dig a hole to under that part in the shower.
Uh-huh.
That's where the tunnel reached, so that's why you could never see it in the camera. So they released footage of him actually exactly when he escapes. You could see the footage. He's like walking
He
around.
just falls through the shower.
And it's like one of those things where like people are walking at like a fake
Yeah.
staircase. It looks like that, but
Kind of
it's
like
legit.
the people in our last podcast where they were photobombing our video.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was
awesome.
good. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay,
that was
okay.
a good podcast. But so they had to install ventilation in the tunnel because you can't breathe. You can't just dig a tunnel. You want to be able to breathe.
There's no air in there.
So they install like ventilation pipes. They install lighting. They build a super ghetto ass motorcycle. So as soon as he gets down, he was like, little thing.
Hola, El Chapo.
Respect to El Chapo, bro.
Oh man, that's awesome. I hope nobody digs a tunnel under my shower because that would be really hard. I don't want to get out of here. I'm trying to take a shower.
No, dude, if you were in prison, you'd be begging for a
But
tunnel.
that's the first time you escaped or second time?
Second time,
No,
dude.
but that is, well, how did he escape the first time?
The first,
Bribery?
I can't remember. I think bribery. Well, here's the thing. For his latest escape, they say that even though he was able to escape that way, he still had to bribe people because they searched for mining activity. There's a mining activity monitor there. So they think he gave $50 million in bribes to a security guard to tell them not to pay attention to the mining activity.
Oh yeah, because they're like, hey, I wonder why the ground is shaking
Yeah.
so much for the last month.
Well, this is so
and
weird.
every day it gets closer and closer.
You would almost think somebody's trying to escape out of this prison.
Nah, it's
Nah.
nah. It's
Yeah.
not. There's no one.
Well,
Well,
as soon as he escaped, they took like 30 prison guards for questioning. As soon as he escaped, 30 prison guards.
That's
So
crazy.
somebody got $50 million because in Mexico, like the standard of living is so low. You need like anybody will take a bribe. So they say he gave $50 million in bribes. 'Cause
Yeah, I would do that.
The guy's literally a billionaire
Yeah.
from selling.
But then his kid like tweeted out there on an airplane like, "Hey,
Did
me
he
and my
really?
dad on an airplane." That's how they.
Serious?
Well, yeah, that's how they saw pictures of him on like flying around. An airplane. So glad my dad's back, just
Dude,
flying around an airplane.
Respect. I don't care what he did. That you got to show some respect. That's a
I
movie.
mean, I kinda care
That's
about
a
what he did.
movie. That's a movie.
No, it is.
You only
but
see that in movies.
I do kind of care about what he did.
But
I don't
respect.
care what he did. He decapitated little kids for fun. Now who cares?
No,
But he escaped out of prison.
If he did that, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, he's just a drug. He just sells drugs. That's it.
Yeah.
Meth, heroin.
Just ruining millions of people's lives. But how cool is that escape?
Dude, I've never taken meth or heroin, so I don't know how bad it is. I never saw it as like that bad of a drug because I don't know. I don't
what
know
do you mean not that bad? It's like one of the worst. They're like the worst ones.
Is it? Oh,
I mean,
well, you
seems like they're at the top of the
you
list.
learn something new every day on Frendz Podcast, I guess. Dude, you know why? Because I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, and it looked pretty cool to me.
Yeah, like like when his life got ruined at the very end, he got killed.
I forgot about that part. I just remember the cool parts.
Like you just remember the Chrysler C300. And
yes.
the new cars.
Yes. And the funny jokes.
And stacks of money that he never got to keep because he died.
Dude, respect. I don't care. Respect for escaping like
Speaking
like
of
it's a
respect,
movie.
Respect to Jason from BuzzHive for coming on last week.
Dude, that was
Right?
good. I listened to it. It took me a while. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a while.
Why?
Because it was so boring. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
It took me a while because I didn't have time, but I finally listened to it, and it was good,
he's
man.
Smart, man. He's
Yeah.
smart, dude.
Well, because he's one of those guys that's not like, I'm just kind of doing this on the side. He seems like one of those guys that's like all in. Here's what search engine optimization is. Here's what this is.
And
Here's
he's the
what,
most so far
here's how you market.
out of everyone that I've dealt with in the web and design and the SEO world, he's been the most honest and upfront and straight up people that I've ever worked with.
Yeah, and he seems like he's super genuine. That's the thing.
Yeah, he is.
Super
That's the thing.
genuine
It's
guy.
like, dude, I mean, I'm going there in 2 weeks to work
Mm-hmm.
on some web stuff with him on the Drum Lab website, and he's going to take over all of our marketing.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to rebuild our website. So stay tuned if you guys want to see what kind of work he does to see our new website.
That's good. You know, kind of. I've actually been wondering this. So for the Drum Lab, what are you trying to go a new direction?
Yeah, we're doing a couple new things. We're gonna do. I haven't really announced this. So.
Because honestly, I'm curious because
So-
you've been doing the same thing for a while, and I
Yeah.
can tell you're wanting to change something.
Yeah, and the thing is, over the years, we've slowly the model gets polished, like the back end of it, like the way that the business functions. You know.
yeah.
Like 2 years ago, we didn't have a manager. We didn't have someone that helps clean the place. We didn't have someone that helps organize the place. Like I did everything.
And you guys before
now
your
we have-
manager, you didn't have like an actual like curriculum, right? For
No,
drumming?
now we have a
Now
curriculum.
you
Now
guys
we
have,
have
like,
like
actual-
there's a lot more procedure that's like involved in like the structure of the business. Like it's
Yeah.
a much more well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I feel like that's key.
I think the direction we're gonna start doing, we're gonna start offering some online stuff, some online courses, and basically have that as part of our model as well. And that requires restructuring our website to kind of be able to accommodate that.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is that like you doing this stuff like in short term, you're not making money. You're looking more long term. And the funny the funny thing about that is I always compare everything to like what like the UFC does because I research so much of what they do business wise, and like you notice a lot of stuff that like successful businesses do is they'll spend money or they'll be losing money in the short term because they have such a long term vision, and that's I feel like that's the recipe for success. You look at UFC, they recently made this deal with Reebok, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if in the end it'll be a good thing or not, but it's just interesting to see how long-term sighted they are because in the short term, they're losing so much money. All the money they're getting, they're passing on to the fighters, which per fighter, whether that's a lot of money or not is debatable, but they want to like make their sport
Legitimize
legitimize
Yeah,
it.
the more
And-
you can do that with a business, the stronger the model is long term.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always tried to do, especially over the last couple of years. I realized that like I used to teach at the lab, and I used to, I did everything. And I realized the only way I'm gonna be able to provide a better business for everyone is step back, not teach, and work on the business. And I actually took a significant pay cut because I was teaching like 50, 60 students,
Yeah.
and then the drum lab was making.
You were really teaching 50, 60?
Oh, for a while I was
Dang.
teaching 70 students and running this place and touring and everything.
Dude, that's crazy. Wait,
so-
so
But I'm saying in the most recent years, I was teaching like 50 students, something like that, and I gave all my students away so I can spend all my free time focusing on the business. And so
jeez.
long term,
so-
imagine this. I was making 100% of 50 students,
Yeah.
and I went to making only 30% of those students. So I took a 70% pay cut.
Wow, that's so. Wait, so I don't know if
To spend all my free time figuring out how to make the business a better place.
right. So
For everyone involved.
so if you don't mind saying, how many students do you have at the Roseville lab?
I think like 250.
250. So you had 70 of those, huh?
Mhm.
Before. Dang, so that's a huge chunk of the students. Dang, that's nuts, man.
And it was like, I was at when I did give everyone away in a month's period, time span. It was like 40 that I gave away. So it was like in a month I was like 70% decrease.
Do you ever see yourself going back to it, or do you regret it at all?
No, it's not that I don't. I still I teach a few here and there once in a while, like people that are friends of mine. But it's not that I regret it, or I just know that I'm making a much bigger impact now. Like I'm able to provide like if I was teaching 40 students, I couldn't go to Atlanta and work on a website with Jason for a week.
Yeah,
I couldn't spend my free time like yesterday developing a new partnership with a t-shirt company to start like a new apparel. We're doing like new apparel. Our new Drum Lab shirts are going to be like a little bit more than just the Drum Lab. It's going to have much bigger like reach as far as design and as far as like the idea. So I have spent all day doing those things yesterday, and meeting with my team to tell them about the online stuff that because that I only told them about that yesterday.
But by the way, I randomly went on the Drum Lab site the other day, and there's no t-shirts. There's no t-shirt.
Yeah, I took everything down because we're rebranding everything.
Oh, you're rebranding.
So
because to be honest, I was gonna buy a t-shirt because the t-shirt you gave me, dude, I freaking love how it fits. I was like, dude, I need to buy one, and so I went on there.
Some of our new ones, legit. Jason's doing the designs, so legit.
Dude, I love high quality shirts because they're so hard to find, dude. Especially for my body type, dude. They're so hard to find.
We have a new. We're gonna start using probably even better quality. So less profit margin, but better quality shirt.
Yeah.
Because the whole time we've ever done shirts, I've always wanted them to be shirts that people want to wear. Like I like wearing our shirts because they're comfortable, they're nice, the design's subtle, the design's not like in your face. Hey, come take a drum lesson at the drum lab. Here's the website, here's the address, here's the phone number.
That's such a good point. And also like shirts that scream I'm low quality at you. Dude, I'm not gonna mention any names, but there's businesses that have given me shirts, and I'll tell you exactly like some people after the podcast because I don't want to call them out, but they'll like give you a t-shirt and immediately you can tell you're like, this shirt tomorrow you won't be able to see the lettering
fall
on it.
Apart. It's a tearaway.
And you put it on and it's like a mini dress, dude. Like the shirt like doesn't fit well.
Realize that like no one wants to wear your huge like tarp of a shirt,
dude. Exactly.
Do you know what year this is?
It's like this would make a great blanket for a homeless person.
Hey, listen,
dude.
Last time I checked, I was not a gang member.
Yeah.
So why am I wearing a XXL shirt that actually says medium, but it feels like a XXL?
Exactly. They'll give me a small shirt and it's like, no, this is a blanket. I could use this as a turban. Like a somebody who wears turbans would love this right now. I could sell this at a profit to the Muslim Association.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So the business is changing and growing. It's gonna take a lot of turns in the next couple of years. Yeah, probably next couple of years, but in the next year or so, we're gonna change a lot. This model, the way it is now, will always still be here, but it'll adjust to kind of because I just started realizing like I'm doing a disservice to my guys by not providing an avenue for them to teach online, because online is just it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done that already. Have you just been putting it off or what?
No, I have some personal reasons, like why we didn't do it before, but those things changed, and like there are reasons why we didn't do it before.
Yeah, because dude, that's the future, man. Like for sure. Like when I remember when I was practicing keys a lot every day, I'd go on YouTube like every day and like learn like 5 new things a day.
We're gonna start having.
And that was like 6 years ago.
We just got new cameras, new lighting, new mics.
That's
we're
right.
Gonna go hold
so even our podcast apparently is gonna have much better quality.
Definitely gonna have a different camera.
Yeah,
it's gonna be much better.
It's already pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
It's gonna get better.
Yeah, it's gonna get a lot better. Like for example, the Minions you guys saw last week.
That was 2 weeks ago, but that was awesome.
That was 2 weeks ago.
I wonder whose idea that was. So fun.
Yeah, it was a great idea. But thanks to our marketing director, our production manager, our
CFO, our CEO.
Our CEO. Those guys are great. Yeah, we got a whole team of people.
Both of our personal assistants.
Thanks to the media, there's a lot of things I don't say on this podcast because I'm afraid what the media is gonna say. CNN has been on our tail, so it's
CNN.
Yeah, so
Kansas.
So yeah,
Can't forget Kansas.
Can't forget Kansas either.
So
hey, quick shout out to a City Scout because they allowed us to be their sponsor because we're producing their podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but when they released their first podcast, I was like really paying attention to see if it has any sort of effect. And so, quick background, because you obviously didn't pay much attention to this, but they put us as the producers of their podcast just if you access it through their phone. So so I'm gonna ask them to put it on their website too, on like actual computer type thing. But as soon as they posted their podcast, immediately we got like 15 new followers on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Immediately. And that was
hey,
that was just
new
the
followers. How's it going?
Yeah,
hope you like the show.
How's it going?
Hello, friends.
Man, I wish I could do it like you do. Mine sounds
okay.
Mine sounds super corny. I feel like a failure. Just don't do it. Don't make our podcast like that.
Don't try. But no effort. Don't put zero effort forward.
Yeah. So Kansas, you got to step up your game because we're getting more followers in Sacramento. So Kansas is still number 2 by far.
Seriously?
By far.
That is awesome.
It goes Sacramento. We have like 600 downloads. Then Kansas is like almost 200, and then it's LA and Seattle.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's super
Kansas
impressive.
Going strong.
We love you, Kansas.
Dude, I played a gig on last Friday with Angel Taylor.
Oh, that's right. How did that go?
It was awesome.
I was supposed to play for it, but then I
couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it.
I left my hi-hat at home.
So you played without a hi-hat?
Yes.
Serious?
Where? So
you played without a hi-hat?
Yeah, I did.
So you're like in a marching band?
No. Let me finish what happened. Well, a couple of things. I have 2 points from this gig. So it's an acoustic vibe. Like, is it just a singer-songwriter? She's a pretty popular singer-songwriter. Look her up. She's done some like voiceover stuff for DJ songs, and she's pretty big in that world. And she has her own stuff too. So we played this show. She was in town, and it was me, a guitar player, and her on acoustic. Well, it's an acoustic vibe. So I was playing with like rods and mallets and stuff. I didn't bring my hi-hat, and so I was like, and my hi-hat's like 10 blocks away. I could have gone home and got it. I had 2 hours before the show.
Oh, wait. That's right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Your hi-hat's like, yeah.
So I just didn't play. I just played everything that I would play on the hi-hat. I played on the rim of the drum. And I had 2 cymbals still, so I had cymbals. I had a snare, a bass drum, and 2 crashes.
So how did it sound?
I'll put a picture of it in the podcast video. It sounded awesome.
You sure?
No, the sound guy was like, "Dude, this sounds really cool, man." It's
yeah, it was.
cool vibe.
Yeah, it was probably like like more a little hip hopish, maybe a little bit.
More like everything's more like.
How many people showed up? Did a lot of people show up?
I mean, maybe there's like 50, 60 people.
50. That's not bad.
Something like that. I mean, it wasn't a big gig. It was the early show too. It was an early show.
Oh, because you guys were opening up, huh?
No. It basically, sometimes Harlow's does an early show and a late show. So they'll do a small early show, like 2 artists, and then like a couple hours later they'll start a late show, like at 10.
Oh,
so we did like 6:30 and then 8 or something like that, or 6 and or 7, 7:30 or.
It was on a Friday night, right?
Yeah, and then there was another 2 bands at the end of the night, like at 10 and 11. But I was told that I know they were being nice, but they said that I have like a certain swagger when I'm on stage, and that I don't act like that in real life. But when
I've never had anybody not say that to me.
Oh, that you have swagger on stage?
Yeah.
Well, I've been told that I make funny faces, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you're being nice to me by saying that I make funny faces.
No, actually, no, you do. I don't know if it's a funny face, but you're always rocking out.
Yeah, I'm into it, But
Yeah.
it's funny because I realized that like I turn into like a different person on stage. Like I get really into it.
And that's a good thing because, like, I don't care. I'm gonna call out Society Church on the worship video. Was very good that they released, but
whoa,
it was very good. But the only guy that looked like he was even remotely happy to be playing music was you. Was you? But you were like into it, and everybody was like, I just woke up.
Well,
I need some
they're
coffee.
just chill. They're chillosaurus.
I guess they're chill. But if it wasn't for you, it would be a good thing they showed you a lot on that video because you kind of
very good.
You evened it out. Because it's good. Like why are you playing music?
Why swimming?
Yeah, well, yeah, just a general vicinity of happiness to be playing music. But the thing is, it's like
happiness area right here.
Dude, if you're not enjoying playing music,
yeah,
why? Like,
I agree with you. I'm not nothing against that video, but like I don't give people that look bored on stage.
I don't get it.
Crazy. The part of the reason why I brought it up because Billboard music website, Billboard Music Awards or Billboard website music.
The BMAs.
The BMAs.
I just made that up.
They had sure BMAs works. They had this like top 20 funny guitar faces. And they had
that's
some awesome,
right.
That's right. Awesome ones on there. Where I think
you gotta post some of them.
I post a couple of them on there, but some people make some. I've made some really bad faces. I used to be a lot more like crazy when I'm on stage, like where I'm like I don't really care. I mean now I kind of have self control and I have a swagger and I move and stuff when I'm playing, and I put on a show, but I make sure that I don't make like stupid like faces like that.
Dude, me, Josh, and Chris played at the Capitol one time for some gig. I forgot what it was for. Huge gig. And a guy was taking pictures, and he came up next to me while we were playing. And, in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to be rocking out. I'm going to make
while you guys are, he was a photographer.
Yeah, he was like a photographer. Person. Yeah, like a photographer. And he comes up literally right next to me. And I, like, look at him and, like, try to make, like, a cool face, I guess. I don't know. And it ended up being the ugliest face I have ever seen in my life. And Josh posts it on Facebook and tags me like, Oleg feeling it. And I look like an idiot. Like, I forgot what the face I was, but I look like a complete moron. And I'm like, dang it, I was trying to look cool.
Dude.
And so I blocked that photo from my profile.
I did the same thing. And when I played in Dallas, there's like video people and photo people at the gig. And I looked over and I made like a face, like a funny face. Yeah, it was not funny looking. It looked stupid.
It looked so stupid.
I was like, why did you do that?
I look like I'm literally like need help.
Yeah,
Hey, nothing against that, but I'm not that, and I looked like it, which is a problem. And so I blocked it from. I literally blocked it. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, nobody needs to see that. Yeah, but it's still on Josh's profile today, which
I'm gonna go.
Josh, if you're listening to this, please take it down.
I will go. Josh, don't take it down yet. I need to use it. I need to borrow it for a second. I just need to borrow it and put it on the internet for permanent forever.
I literally am regretting saying that story. That's wow.
Dude, when are you going to bring in the video of me singing when I was a kid?
Dude, it's at my parents' house. I'm going to get it. I promise you I'll get it because that'll be one of the best podcasts ever when we watch.
Oh, I started reading, speaking of things that we are slacking on, I started reading that book.
7 podcasts later.
Hey guys,
remember that book? I'm sure our entire audience is like, yes, it's about time.
Which chapter are you on? Please tell us.
First of all, remind every single person what the book is. It's
nobody.
Your brain on music, right?
This is your brain on drugs right now. What? My brain.
Have you really started reading it though?
Yeah, I did. I started reading it on the plane home.
So what is it about?
I have no idea yet. I've read like 4 pages.
So completely pointless to even bring it up.
No, it's a good book. So far,
the first 4 pages are about the author, the table of contents.
Yeah, I know what chapters. There's 12 chapters, and that's not as far as I got.
That's hilarious. Dude, I need to start reading books. I feel like I'm getting dumber because I don't read books, dude. I need to start reading books.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
No, I'm pretty smart though because I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. Seriously,
I'm pretty smart.
Seriously, it's like a wealth of knowledge, dude.
No smart person ever has said I'm pretty smart.
That reminds me. That reminds me. I know. Did you hear about the new planet that they found that is just like the Earth?
I did hear about it, but then I remember that I don't give a crap, and I just kept doing what I was doing.
Yeah, I don't give a crap either. So, anyways what were we talking about? I just thought you would get excited about it. So never mind. It's stupid.
So it's a pretty good book. The first chapter is like about. There's an intro. It's really good. It just introduces the book.
It's most useless segment of a podcast.
It basically breaks down like the pieces of music, like tempo and timbre and tone and pitch, and explains all those things, so that when the book talks about it,
in reference to your brain or
no, just what it
just
is.
what it
it's
is.
like it's written for anyone. It's not just written. And
gotcha.
it's funny. It's the first book that I've ever seen where it says, if you're already an active musician or
skip this part.
Yeah, skip
because
this
I was
part.
about to say that would be so boring for me.
I still read it. I still read it because it's just like
This
a good
is
reminder.
a quarter note. It has like a little audio
I read
button
it,
you
I
press.
read it like that too. Hi.
Dude, I hate that when I read boring books. That's the voice I hear in my head.
I don't
And
hear any
a
voices in
quarter
my
note means it's one full beat in
Nah.
the song. Nah,
Throw
I'll
it
just
away.
literally rip the pages out. But yeah.
So,
Anyways, so I came up with a really stupid article the other day because I told you that it was cool, but it was actually stupid once I actually looked at it. So Rolling
Don't
Stones
you love that?
magazine.
Oh, great. We'll talk about this on our podcast. Then you read it, and then we won't talk about this on our podcast because it's horrible.
Well, it was an article. I don't know why that just shut off. Why did that shut off? There we go.
Hey.
So the reason I'm bringing up 50 Cent music is because Rolling Stones.
50 Cent themed segment. 'Cause
This
last
is-
podcast we had 50 Cent themed podcast.
This is I had to throw in a song because we always throw in a song now. So
been
this
doing that lately,
this
huh?
is the song of the day. 50 Cent in the club. And as I'm explaining this
So
article,
white.
I have to bob my head.
Okay,
So Rolling Stones came out with the article that I thought was hilarious before I actually saw the article. They've literally ran out of things
Hey,
to say.
I want to fade it out right here before he starts cussing up a storm.
Okay, we're good.
Thanks, 50 Cent.
Thanks, 50
Appreciated
Cent.
that.
For sure, the
Good
song
seeing
is
you. It was
70.
good seeing you. I hope everything's good.
70-year-old song.
Hope that bankruptcy's going well.
Yeah. But they came out with the article, seven reasons why Donald Trump and 50 Cent are the same person, which sounds hilarious.
Yeah,
But when I read the 7
theory.
reasons, it was, you couldn't make the article about me and you being the same person. It was so stupid. They've run out of stuff to talk about. Reason number 1, they both have a lot of money.
Oh my! I would have chucked it right there. Oh, cool. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Reason number 2,
They're male.
yeah, pretty much. And it was like reason number 3. They both filed for bankruptcy before. It's like, how does that say they're the same
Can
person?
you be more funny about this?
Can you be
Or
any more
interesting?
general? They both breathe air. So, anyways, and that bankruptcy thing. I mean, they're rich person bankruptcy is not poor person.
Yeah, because we did talk
bankruptcy.
about it, and then both me and Oleg after the podcast were like, yeah, it's probably not the same kind of bankruptcy as like a regular person.
Yeah, well, because what does bankruptcy do? It gets rid of your debts and puts your credit to crap. Well, when you're a millionaire and all your debts are gone and your credit is crap, but you still have cash to pay for everything,
Yeah.
doesn't really
have
mean
cash
you're poor.
forever.
Yeah, you have cash forever. So bankruptcy for a rich person is actually a good thing because that means not only do they have heck of money, but all their debt is forgiven.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Like for regular middle class people, if your credit goes to crap as a result of bankruptcy, you can't buy a house, you can't get a loan for a car.
Yeah, so you live downtown, you have a car, just a basic car.
Whereas rich people, they pay cash for everything anyway, so they don't need credit. It's a complete non-issue to them. And so that Rolling Stone,
kind of like me and you on this podcast, we're just
rolling
raking
in
sponsorship
money. Rolling.
BuzzHive has been just sending stacks of checks, not even money, but because there's so much money, stacks of checks.
Hey, but you know what I tell people that come up and like, hey, how's the podcast going? First of all, our podcast is going great, and here's why. With all the stuff we've been able to do, we pretty much have not spent a penny.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Except for like buying equipment.
Except for buying equipment, but I mean, it was hardly anything. We've got a website up, we've got marketing, we've got.
That's all thanks to BuzzHive.
Well, and now we have, City Scout is sponsoring us
Yeah.
and getting us followers, and we haven't spent any money on that. So
it's because we're smart.
We're geniuses, pretty
We're
much.
super
We're
smart.
genius. So
Humble brag.
humble brag, and we've
smart.
only been around 6 months. I mean, I look at people, that like when we post stuff on Instagram, like you'll get like random podcasts that are trying to get followers, like cool podcast, and it's obvious that they're going through their hashtags and like commenting, copying and pasting a comment.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't do that.
Well, a lot of times I'll look at their podcast and it's like obviously not legit, like super ghetto, audio only, no logo, like talking about.
Hey, they don't have
nothing.
a BuzzHive in their life. We have a BuzzHive in
They
their
don't
life.
have BuzzHive. They don't have a
We
logo.
got pretty lucky with BuzzHive.
We did get pretty lucky
Jason
with.
hooked
Yeah,
us up
seriously.
big time.
Thank you, Jason.
I mean, that would have cost us like a lot of money.
I look forward to meeting him and kissing him on the lips one
Jason,
day.
don't ever come here because Oleg wants to kiss you.
But hey, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves
That's
it.
the least he deserves.
You know, the
I
whole
might throw him
the
a
thing
coffee
about this
too.
podcast, it's like I just wanted to do it for fun. Like I've always wanted to talk about stuff and
Yeah.
into a microphone.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I talk nonstop. So I was like, why not put it to some sort of a avenue?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I like hearing people's ideas, and I love talking about it. And you look at, like, I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan's podcast. He is interested in everything. That's how I am, and I feel like that's how you are too.
Yeah.
And in a way, I feel like it's a curse because it's like, because you have so many interests, and it's like it's hard to focus on one thing.
Hard, yeah.
Very hard to focus on one thing. And I'm like, man, like if I would just like, because you look at like for example, like pro athletes, like those guys don't do anything but focus on their one sport, and I'm not like that. And it's like,
you're just a different person. Like I started realizing about myself like only a couple years ago, where I was like torn between this and that, and I realized like, hey, I like a lot of these things, and like that's just who I am as a person. Like I just can't do just one thing. Like I get too bored doing one thing, and I'm not just bored, but have interests, like so many interests about a lot of things.
Right. I mean, that's why I wanted to start the podcast, because I don't think we've ever talked about this. The way we started it was I mentioned it to you that I actually wanted to start a podcast, but I just didn't know when to start it, how to start, what the main idea would be behind it. And then when you called me up and you're like, hey, dude, let's start a podcast together. It like made perfect sense because we just kind of throw our ideas together. Yeah. So
well, you guys, we have to get going,
and we will have a guest very soon.
We have an awesome guest coming up.
We have an awesome guest coming up. Really cool dude.
I don't know his name, but Oleg does.
I don't know his name either, but we'll find that out.
He's coming to our show next week. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week for some new stuff, and
follow us
next week.
I hope so. Maybe not. Stay tuned.
We might have a guest next week.
You'll find out.
We're working on a very.
It's gonna be a surprise.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
It's El Chapo.
It's yes, El Chapo, dude. El Chapo's the boy, dude.
The
homeboy.
He's not my
That's gonna be the
Oleg, FBI.
Dude,
if you're listening to this, Oleg loves El Chapo. I don't condone his behavior.
Who's El Chapo? I don't even know who that is. Oh, that's right, the guy that.
He's the Looney Tunes cartoon.
Hey, we need to tag this podcast as El Chapo. Do you have any idea how many followers?
No, because we're gonna go to jail and into questioning.
That's true. It's worth it. It's worth it for followers.
Okay, we'll see you guys in jail. I mean, out of jail. We'll do a podcast.
Well, yeah, and please like us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and download the podcast.
Isn't it follow us on Instagram? Like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Instagram. Like us. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna look like an idiot because I'm gonna edit this part out. So.
All right, you guys. Thanks a lot. See you next week. Peace.